Introducing Lion Force Protein Powder. Unleash the beast within. Tired of feeling weak as a kitten?
Yes.
Upgrade to the strength of 100 lions with Lion Force Protein Powder. Transform your physique into a Herculean powerhouse in just weeks. Our secret formula combines the raw power of a lion's diet with cutting-edge science, packed with 100% authentic lion extracted proteins for maximum gains.
Whoa.
Boosted with African adrenaline for that ferocious edge.
Cool.
I don't know. Taste the wild with flavors like roaring raspberry, savage strawberry, and chocolate.
That's
Warning, Lion Force Protein Powder may cause spontaneous roars of triumph, increased mane growth, and a primal desire to conquer your goals. For dosage instructions, consult your inner beast. Side effects may include soaring confidence and becoming the alpha of your pride. Roar responsibly. Lion Force Protein Powder. Become the king of the gym, the jungle, and life. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Man Cave Movie Night.
Wow.
My name is Jared, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Niall and Lucas.
Okay, I don't know about that. Are you the host? And we're the
I
co-hosts?
said co-host. I never said I'm the host. I
feel like there's kind of an implication there.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think of myself as the host, and Kel thinks of me as the host.
Ooh,
My mom
you
doesn't
have it
listen
on
to
good
this
authority
podcast.
then.
So.
Yeah, Kel
my
says
mom
that the
also
hierarchy
doesn't
is me, and then Jared, and then Lucas.
Well, what does she know?
I'm kidding.
The hierarchy is we're
My
all
mom doesn't
we're
have
all
a
even.
hierarchy.
Well,
She
hey,
should.
the hierarchy of power
Is about to
to
change.
change forever because thanks to our sponsor, Lion Force Protein Powder.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
a rock? Did Wayne start that company?
I have it on good authority he may be involved, but I'm not trying to spread any rumors.
Quiet. He's a silent partner.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep,
like
that's
it.
how we got all the lions. Is someone had to go
Someone's got to
extract
catch
it.
him. Yeah, someone's got to catch him and extract him.
Well, thanks so much, everyone, for listening. We're excited to get into the topics.
Cannot wait.
That's
cannot
right.
wait.
Topics. We're doing another roll the dice, fun,
Whoa.
random, miscellaneous questions episode, which we're always pretty excited about because we're not set to just talk about one thing for an hour. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about.
We can get a little kooky. We can go off the rails
We can get
just
kooky,
a
we
little
can get a little
bit.
crazy. We can get a little
Wild.
funky.
But at the
Little
end
wild.
of
Little wild.
at the
Little
end of
wildin'.
everything, the only thing that really matters to us is our relationships with each other and the good times that we have.
And money. Money is what
And
matters most to me. Yeah.
money. Stay to
Subscribe
the
to our
end to-
Patreon.
Stick around till the end to find out how you can give us money.
Please, money
It's
good.
a good investment.
Money
Oh
good.
man, so we've got a bunch of good questions. There's not really a preface we can do because it's not like, hey, what do you guys think about questions?
Yeah, what's your favorite question?
What's your Oh, I love questions, guys. We've been well.
What
I mean,
makes a
we've
good
been-
question?
What makes a good question? We've been
What
making a
makes a good
podcast about
question?
questions for nearly 3 years, so we
And
better
we
know.
haven't figured
We're
it
on,
out.
we're on episode 120.
120.
Oh, whoa.
Wow, that
Add
is-
300 to it, and we got a
120.
party.
Dude, that is so crazy. Episode 120.
Remember Lucas's rule of after 6 episodes, it's a
It's
podcast.
a podcast. Well,
Well,
114
what happens
later.
after 120? Is it
It's
just a waste of
depressing.
time?
It's depressing.
Well, 120, then it's officially a hobby, and after 200, then it's
An addiction.
an addiction. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, we're making tier lists for ourselves.
Yep. So
But-
Once we hit the 200 tier,
I
we get depression.
and then we get depression. Oh,
We
nice!
get
I can't wait
group
to unlock
therapy.
that. I can't wait to unlock that tier.
Oh, it's so sick. The
I think
depression
all of
skill
our-
tree is really robust in this
It's
edition.
so awesome. I can't wait to unlock it. So I think all of our questions are good. I really think that all 3 of them will incite some cool discussion. So Jared, how about you choose?
Who goes first?
Who goes first?
Yeah. Wait, you know what? Actually, can I make a call?
Roll the dice.
Because you said this is the roll the dice edition.
Oh, we'll
Let's
literally
roll
some dice.
Let's roll
Welcome
some
to,
dice. Welcome to
to
D&D
Remedial
Nerds
Chaos
World.
Yeah, I was gonna
Theory
say,
episode. This is our.
If I pull my dice out, I'm just gonna be rolling them the whole time, and you'll be able to hear it. So I think I should.
I'm
leave
just
them.
gonna do this one. I'll use my pink dice. Actually, no. I've got some orange ones.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Fits this. Okay.
Okay, so I'll be 1-2.
You're 1-2.
Lucas be 3-4.
Okay.
Lucas
I'll
3-4.
be 5-6.
I'm 5-6. Okay, ready?
Oh.
It's 3. That's Lucas.
Lucas.
Oh yes, I won! Oh good! Oh my gosh, you guys have never won anything before. What
Now
do
Lucas
I do?
has to come up with a question really quick.
You wish. You wish. I have a
Lucas, I
question.
thought you won every time that Niall and I tie.
That's only if I'm the host.
Oh, I see.
Gotcha.
So
You have to have a win condition in all situations.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yep.
Smart.
I understand.
So.
I'm gonna mail a bomb to your house. That's what you win.
Oh, nice! I love it when I win that.
Yeah, kind of also a prize for Jared a little bit, I guess.
Let's
Yeah.
hope in the next week there is no news about something making
Yeah,
that a really,
I'm joking.
really poor joke.
Oh man, that would be terrible.
Yeah, we'll go in and cut that out.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If
Anyway,
a bomb
the
goes off
president?
in the next 7 days.
in downtown Central Provo, and it just raises just like an entire building.
Oh, no.
No one was hurt.
The
or
more
killed,
the
but
more we talk about it, the more
Yeah,
likely
more
it
terrible
is
it's
to
gonna
come
be when it
true.
willing
happens.
it into existence.
Okay, no. So my question is a very fun question, and it's a question I've been asked before, but I think it's really cool to think about it. So the question is this: you have been tasked with directing a movie, and I've already poorly worded this question.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
No, I haven't.
what is a
I don't
movie
remember someone.
that you like or dislike, but a movie that you think you could do better, or just have a fresh take on? Kind of like how we talked about reboots and remakes. But let's say the original version doesn't exist. So you are the one who's directing this movie. What's a movie you think that you could take on that would have like a really cool, like your style would just fit perfectly into this genre or this specific movie? What is
Shawshank.
that for you? Yeah, and it doesn't even necessarily have to
Yeah, it
be
doesn't have to be
Schindler's
better.
better. It doesn't have to be better. It just has to be your version.
It would be better.
Oh, okay.
Schindler's List. would be-
Shawshank is directed by a hack. Could have
yeah,
done way better.
I don't
Just
know
kidding.
about
No,
that.
that's not my answer. Give me a bit. I'll think of
So,
something.
I
You know
think
what?
what's-
Actually, oh,
Oh, I
Jared's
was just
got
gonna say, with this question, what's difficult for me is with how this sounds, I understand. I could not probably, but I think I could write a lot better than a lot that's out there.
Yeah, I see.
I don't think I could direct better.
Well,
so-
this is just
Again,
hypothetical
this
world,
is just
right? This
a
is
hypothetical thing.
It's
I'm
just
the other
for
way
fun.
around.
I think I
don't
have
think
more
I
to
could write.
say than I have to show.
Okay, I see. I
Okay,
see.
I
get
see
it.
what you're saying. And there's nothing
'Cause-
wrong with that,
But
buddy.
that's because I'm not practiced. I've written so much. I've
Yeah.
not directed so much.
Sure. I
Believe it
feel
or
Well,
not.
like
you can even no, script stays the same. You're directing the same script, but it's your
the same script.
Or-
Can
that
we
was my
tyke
idea.
it and just say,
yeah.
the
You can
script
just
is
say
an
hey,
outline?
Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, exactly. It's your version of it, and directors do that all the time. So yeah, just
Okay.
whatever that is for you. But the same like basic outline is the same for the movie you choose.
I'll give mine first. And I think if I was a director, one thing I would probably really try to push is having a fun ensemble that I can just play around with and just make up funny jokes and stuff and really push the humor as much as I can. And so I want a script that's has a good setting that allows me to play with a lot of different fun actors and come up with a bunch of bits.
Yeah.
And so my movie is Night at the Museum.
Oh, nice, sweet,
That's a great pick.
fun answer, very fun answer.
I think, like, if the cast is even the same, there's a lot of good comedic talent, and then just pushing those actors to, I don't know, get a little zany with it.
Yeah.
Probably make a movie that's a little bit more for adults
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
for kids. But, I mean, it could be a very fun time regardless. without needing to keep it PG rating.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just have fun. So that's
a
my
great pick.
That's
that's
a
my
really,
little
really
answer.
great pick.
It's not a. I don't have much to say about it, but
No, that's awesome. I love that. That's exactly in the spirit of the question. So, Niall, you got something for us?
Man, that's that honestly truly was such a good answer that it wiped me of the answer that
No.
I can't remember what I was going to say.
The thought
Man, I
that
should
you
have
had.
written something down. I had a thought and it was okay. It wasn't great. Oh man.
Luca, should Luca go?
Do you want me to
Yeah,
go?
get Lucas to go. I need to dwell on it.
Okay, so I have a movie that immediately comes to mind just because of how much I love it. And that movie is Popstar. That is a movie that I have watched and rewatched endlessly. And it is a mockumentary, which I think is, something that I've made stuff in before. And it is something that it's a genre medium that is very open to messing around with and having fun with. And so that is definitely the type of, comedy movie that I think would be great to work in. But especially with Popstar, it's, the Lonely Island Boys. And so in this scenario, I'm keeping the cast the same. And I think just directing that bunch would be so fun. It was directed by 2 of the 3 members of Lonely Island. And then if not that, then like Hot Rod. I think either of those 2 movies would be really fun to direct, and I think that I could have a lot of fun and do a good job at that. Obviously not better, because I love both of those movies a lot. I rewatched them both the other day.
Maybe if you redid Popstar, it'd actually be funny.
That's not a nice thing to say to me. But
I'm joking.
yeah, so that's that's a couple movies that I love,
No, those are good.
directed by the same
And-
That's
person.
good.
And
Yeah.
I think
I'd love to
definitely
play in
having a
that world.
mockumentary style would fit.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it'd be fun.
Just some of the things you've made. I think about your basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
sketch.
Yep, this
Yeah.
kind of mockumentary, even like Fruit by the Mile and like Reister Bunny, like some of the videos I made a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
Reister Bunny.
Reister. I forgot about Reister Bunny. That's a great video.
It is.
Hey, you
it's-
listener, you can watch
check it out.
a video about the
YouTube.com.
Reister Bunny on
Yeah,
YouTube.com.
the Reister Bunny, which
It's
is
on
now
the internet.
discontinued. It does not exist anymore. They just call it the Reese's
Oh.
Easter Bunny.
Oh,
So good thing
It's
I
not
made that
called
when I
the
did.
Reister Bunny anymore. That's
It's because they saw someone at Reese's saw that video with like 300 views and was like, "All right, guess we got to change it."
What a funny
dang.
name. Okay,
That
I
was
have
free
my
marketing
answer.
for 'em.
I know.
They're
It
idiots.
really was.
I have my answer, and it's not
okay.
gonna be a popular one.
Ooh.
No, it's fine.
Saving Private Ryan.
It's not gonna be a popular one in that the movie itself is not popular, and that is
cool, yeah.
Studio 666, which is the
Oh,
Foo
nice.
Fighters
Cool.
comedy horror
Good
movie.
answer.
That's a great answer for you.
I think that it is an excellent concept that was executed poorly because it was not made by people who knew what they were doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the members direct it, or
Let's see
were they
who
like
directed
too
it. I'm
heavily
not even-
involved creatively?
Well, it was their whole, like, it was their thing.
Yeah.
A dude named B.J. McDonnell did it, and it looks like he directed a documentary for the band Slayer, and also some horror thing called Hatchet,
oh,
and then
interesting.
this movie.
I know
So
someone who worked on Hatchet actually.
interesting. Yeah, so he's like, I don't know. The concept of a comedy music horror with a band as prolific and known as the Foo Fighters, it's a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
The execution was just not great. But also, the Foo Fighters all have such great personalities that a director that knows how to, like, direct them could coax out some really solid
Really
performances.
funny, good stuff.
And there
Yeah,
was
totally.
good stuff in the script. Like, the script had funny moments. I would want to rework the script as well.
Yeah.
But I think horror comedy is so fun and
So
so
good.
exciting, and I think that I truly believe, and this, I know that it's hubris, but I truly believe that I could have done that entire movie better.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
nice.
there you go.
Hey,
You
it's
want to
all
know
hubris.
another thing that I believe
That
real
should be.
quick?
That's another.
It's
name
all
for this
hubris.
The podcast, it's all
It's all
hubris. Yeah,
hubris.
really.
It's all hubris. You want to know another thing that I firmly believe that's hubris? I believe that if you gave me 3 hours with a saxophone, I could figure it out.
No. You absolutely could not. Of all the instruments,
I don't mean
Yeah.
like figure it out totally, but I think that I could figure out a major and
No.
a minor scale,
No
and I
way.
could
I
learn like
agree.
Mary
I
Had
I
agree
would
with Lucas.
love to
Not
challenge you to do
happening.
that. I would love to put you in a room with a saxophone for
I
1
can't
hour.
wait for the opportunity.
I would find a saxophone
that's
and
so
rent
funny.
it for an hour and give it to you and just watch you
can't
make a
wait.
fool of yourself.
I can't
We
wait.
we could make it.
We need to. We need to
could make that an episode.
Time
It's
lapse
just
it.
You live. That'll be a live stream. You trying to figure out saxophone and just
We'll
make
figure
a
out how to
fool of
live
yourself.
stream for our Patreon people.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
else. That'll
So
get a huge surge.
7 people can.
Can watch,
Can
you
watch
not
me
play.
not learn how to play a saxophone for 3 hours.
It's the
I
most
think I could do it.
Someone
But-
who can't play the saxophone playing the saxophone is the worst sound
Yeah.
Oh,
on this earth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's
Anyway,
terrible.
I'm sorry to drag this.
So
No,
away
that's
from
good.
it.
That's-
That's really post credits conversation. I'm sorry.
The other thing that I'll say as well, before we move on, is that I'm just gonna pitch this. Someone else directing a different movie. Someone not a part of the podcast, but that you may know, Ian.
Ooh.
I think I would love to see
Ian.
Shout out to Ian.
direct Napoleon Dynamite because that's one of his favorite movies, and I think
Yeah.
his sense of humor
That is-
and
He
style, and I
totally
just
would.
think
We gotta
Ian plus
write-
Napoleon Dynamite would be awesome.
I've been thinking about that recently, about how the three of us should
About Napoleon
co-write
Dynamite.
a Napoleon Dynamite type thing. I was actually talking to Jared about this, and how if you want to make a movie where you basically just have access to whatever you want, just pick some small town in the middle of nowhere and say, hey, we're making,
making
a,
a
movie.
movie.
Can we use a school bus for a scene or whatever?
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be like, sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, really.
That's what happened in Preston.
I
for
do have an
Napoleon
idea
Dynamite,
for a
so
comedy that I think would be very fun, and I think it's a good idea. But I also,
Don't say too much. Someone will steal it.
well, I'm not going to say too much.
Also, if you say it, you're technically disobeying the Writers Guild strike.
Oh, true. So I'm not going to say anything. But
Also, if you say it, it'll come true, like the bomb.
well, so maybe I need to say it. But I haven't been working on that very much, other than just like a brief outline, just because I think it's a good idea, but I also think it's much harder to get a comedy made than a horror, which is the other idea I've been working on. So, yeah, I mean, I think comedy is a great medium to work around in, and obviously I've done some silly, goofy comedy stuff. And that includes an idea that I have for a full-length movie that, probably won't ever get made, but it'd be cool if it did.
Let's do it.
But
Let's
I'd have
figure it
to,
out.
yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make
We'll
it
make it
happen
happen.
because of our infinite fonts of wealth that we now have.
just find a small
Well,
town,
here's
get
my
them
thing.
to-
I only need $50 million to make it happen.
That's not that bad.
So
If you believe in your dream, you can take out a loan.
that's
If you don't
true
believe in a
for
dream,
$50 million.
then you
That's such a good point.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think
They'll say
credit's
yes
good.
if you believe in your dream, but they won't if you don't.
That's true.
Well,
So
Bars.
that's my question.
I think it's about time to roll that dice.
Oh yeah.
I'll still be 1, 2, 3. You be 4, 5, 6.
You're 1, 2, 3. I'm 4, 5, 6. Let's go.
Oh.
That's 6.
So
Oh, Niall.
Okay. Here's mine. We're kind of on the comedy train right now, actually, so it's good that we rolled me.
Cool.
Because my question is just, what serious thing do you want a comedy version of? Like a movie or a TV show? What's something that's like super serious, but you feel like that world could use kind of a comedy thing? For example, these like the Star Trek animated whatever that's been
yeah,
coming
the,
out where they've
Below
been doing
Decks.
like, yeah, it's like it's Star Trek and it is in that world, but it's like this thing I guess Star Trek isn't like serious. There's still lighthearted elements to it, but it's like
but it's
No,
full.
it's
they're
not,
taking
but it-
that and they're making
kind
it
of like a soap at some point.
yeah, but they are making it a comedy. So
Yeah.
what are some other things like that?
That's a great question. I'm gonna just give an example of the opposite happening because I think Niall, you might have said this before. It is that Succession is the dramatic version of Arrested Development
Arrested Development.
Mm.
because of the way
Yeah.
it starts, and it goes in a very different route. Succession does, but the very beginning that first episode made me remember you saying that. I was like, oh, interesting.
Totally.
But even Succession has comedic elements to it.
Oh yeah, some of the
So,
hardest I've laughed.
There is
is
some very
just
funny
moments in
stuff that
show.
happens in Succession. So are you just talking? I guess yeah, TV or movie or whatever. Just
TV,
some
movie,
sort of-
another thing.
man, that is a good
Are those
question.
the three things we get?
Those are the three
TV, movie, or
categories
other
of
thing?
life.
Interesting question. You know, that Jordan Peele guy could probably make some pretty funny stuff if he tried.
That's true.
Maybe
What horror
maybe
movie could
he,
Jordan Peele make a comedy of?
Probably Hereditary. I mean, you could make Hereditary into a comedy. It wouldn't take
Hereditary
much
is
to.
basically a comedy already.
Bro, if you're watching any horror movie with the right people, it's a comedy.
Truly, yeah. True,
100%. That's true.
Yep.
Barbarian, dude.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh,
We were.
Barbarian
I
was
don't
so
remember the
funny.
last time I've laughed that hard.
Well, and part of that is it's supposed to be funny though too.
Yeah.
So it worked.
it just like genuinely has great comedy beats.
Mm-hmm.
Him getting the freaking tape measure out.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
so good.
So this
Oh
is
my
my pitch.
gosh.
So this isn't. I'm gonna do a little bit more of a broad pitch rather than a specific, but a Goodfellas type, like Sopranos, Godfather, like gangster, but it's fully comedy. Because Sopranos,
it.
like Succession, has comedic elements to it, but it is definitely a drama. Like it is a very dramatic show. But same with Goodfellas. Godfather, not really. Well, not at all. But Goodfellas has things that are funny in it as well. And just kind of the pacing and kind of that Scorsese vibe that he has. I think it can even be directed by Scorsese because I think he has good comedic timing in his more comedic stuff. But if he did a comedy, but it was like classic Scorsese gangster, but it was fully comedic, I think that
Yeah.
could be really, really awesome. Really, really funny.
Good point.
So
I like it.
that's my pitch. Scorsese gangster comedy.
That is good. I think I've got two answers of movies that I didn't like that much that if I would have laughed more, I think I would have had a better time.
Oh, nice.
And so the first one is Drive.
Nice.
I think you already have a comedic powerhouse of
you
of
do.
Ryan
You don't
Gosling.
even have to recast or anything.
And I really don't know what there is that's funny or good about that movie
At
kind of
all.
at all. So
So if you make it
making
funny,
it into
maybe
a comedy,
maybe
rewrite it. Really, I just think these movies need rewrites. It's
Sure.
that's your biggest thing. Yeah. So you got Drive. What?
just maybe make it more fun to watch.
Make it a little silly.
Drive, and then The Green Knight was the other one I thought of because I did
Interesting. I liked
kind of
Green
laugh out loud during that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Out of mainly disbelief
Yeah,
of what I
exactly.
was witnessing.
I think having some like a comedy kind of like that where, and then this kind of sounds like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but
Yeah.
having a knight who is going on a quest, who encounters different, scenes of,
Yeah.
meeting somebody,
But
and
I
needing
feel like
to do a task or a quest.
yeah, the
There's a lot of
knight
material
errant is already it's just built in for funny situations, you know.
Yeah, and like even shows that are funny, like Over the Garden Wall, has a similar vibe to it, where
Oh, yeah.
they go to different locations, and it's just a fun episode, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, where they're in this scene, and then they move on to the next one for the next episode. And they're always fun and cute. And so maybe having a show kind of like, or a movie like The Green Knight that is just a little more silly and fun and good.
I love that answer.
I do
think
too.
that's great.
But keep that one scene the same.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
one
no,
scene
that
made
if
you
you
laugh
keep
out
that
loud.
exactly the same,
Yeah.
but in comedy context, people will be rolling.
People
Anyway,
will be busting.
Honestly,
I-
yeah.
they will be busted.
They would have been busting up, yeah.
I want
What
to
you
pitch you
got?
something. I don't know if I've actually talked to you guys about this, but this is an idea that I had a while ago. And actually, Taika Waititi stole half of my idea.
Dang it, Taika.
Well, he didn't do it exactly the way that I wanted him to. But
Imaginary friend Hitler.
I watched, yeah, no, I watched What We Do in the Shadows,
I love that movie.
and I was thinking, what's another thing that would be fun in that kind of context? Because like
Yeah.
vampires, classically scary, classically serious.
Oh, I see, I
but
see.
they made it fun, and they made it into like a documentary style.
And the series also. Very
And the
good.
series, yeah. Which, the thing that he made, I came up with two different things that I thought would be really fun. Pirates, which he made with
Yeah,
Our
with
Flag
Our
Means
Flag.
Death.
Oh yeah.
But then the other one, which is similar, this was actually the first idea that I had, and then I started switching to pirates because their ship would be easier to do. But the other one was Vikings. And just have a comedy with inexplicably like a camera crew with them and do it like documentary style. And like sometimes you hear the producer's voice in like talking head interviews and stuff, but it's like in Viking times, like, I don't know. I just had this idea of like
Yeah.
a talking head interview with like just this huge, like Dolph Lundgren size Viking guy that's just like running you through like a day in the life of being a Viking. It's just like, we land, we pillage, we rape, we eat, we get on the boat, we go to another civilization, and just like it's just so benign and normal, but they're talking about these horrific things that they do. I thought it would be really funny, and so that's my thing. I would love to write that pilot just because
Just
I feel
for
like
fun?
it would be
Yeah,
it would be
that'd be
so fun to put together. So anyway, and then also fun just to have like something like that that's very ensemble casty, kind of like a workplace comedy, but with Vikings.
Historical.
Like, yeah, could be fun.
Honestly, I mean, you could do that with a lot of different things.
Totally.
Like, I like that whole idea of, or the premise, even having like a satirical, basically Downton Abbey, you know,
Yeah.
like show.
Oh,
like we're
nice,
just
yeah.
we're just kind of getting to know the staff of this place, and also the people who own it are getting it. Like, there's just so much drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like that wasn't the goal of this, but we're
But
just
that's-
picking
yeah,
up on
yeah.
a lot of
That's-
stuff.
That's
funny.
That's an idea I've had in the back of my brain, kind of like, yeah, what if Downton Abbey was a comedy? Because I watched Downton Abbey when I was youther.
There's
I
some
was more
funny
youther.
stuff in there.
There is some funny stuff, but if yeah, you just took the context of
But it's very
following the servants
Yeah.
and the people who employ them, and you're like, oh, it's silly now. That could be great. So
Well, and you could even
Yeah.
do that in a way where it's like the actual family is like basically just kind of side characters that pop up every now and then, and they very clearly have a B story that
Yeah.
should be the A story.
yeah,
That just
exactly.
every now and then you get little glimpses of it, and
That'd
you're
be
like,
funny.
"What is going on over there?" And then just the camera like pans back to the the wait staff or something. She just kind of looks off and goes like, and then just like kind of keeps giving her interview or something.
Yeah.
It'd be so
exactly.
funny.
Yeah, talking head where
Yeah.
someone comes in, like a proposal happens in the same room.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And you
Yeah,
see
you
her
just don't-
like reaching for her mic and like taking it off like they're going to a different room. Like,
yeah.
it would be
Stephanie.
funny.
I don't know maid names. Stephanie.
just like
Go
us.
get,
They're just
go
like
get
us.
the carriage. Oh, sorry. I got
Oh,
it.
sorry, just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
Right in the middle of her just saying like, I feel like I never have a break, and then like,
Yes, ma'am.
it could be
Yeah.
funny. That's a funny
Yeah.
idea. We should
That's a
write
good-
that. We should write a Vikings pilot.
We should write about
Our feelings.
our love,
Yeah, gratitude journal.
Yeah.
our feelings,
Speaking of gratitude
our
journal,
impressions.
Should we roll that die one more
we've got
time?
one more die.
Let's roll that die one more
I'll do
Jared
time.
is
one
1
through
to
six.
6.
Let's see who we get. Roll a d20. He's 1 to 6.
That's how this
3.
podcast feels sometimes.
Hey! Okay, fine.
Okay. So, per the usual, when I get a chance to just ask whatever random question I ask, I like to talk about music. I like to talk about movie scores and
Who?
crap like that. Cares. And so I would love to get your answers to this question, which is, if you could have an artist or like a musician or a band, whatever that means to you, like a musical artist, do the score, as in like write and compose the score to a movie, what artist would you choose, and what kind of movie do you think that would be?
Very cool. I love it.
So like, I mean, Kendrick Lamar like had a lot in Black Panther. I know it wasn't his score.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? But
he
it's like
produced the soundtrack.
music. Yeah. So I'm talking like, let's take that to the next level.
And you're saying
he's doing
replace
the
him with
score.
Who's doing the
Replace
score?
Ludwig, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I have my answer.
Let's hear it.
I feel like it's cheap to say Casey Crescenzo of the Deer Hunter because he has conducted and composed an entire symphony, and I feel like
For a
that's
movie?
cheating. He is no, just his own thing, but
That's
it's
not cheap.
No,
It's
he
a full
has talked
composition.
about
It's
how
like-
he's wanted to.
yeah. He tried to. He sent a couple of tweets to Ryan Johnson. He was like, "Let me score The Last Jedi," and it was in production.
Instead of John Williams.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I think
funny.
that might be a tough, yeah,
Yeah.
tough sell.
But the one that I would pick is Dan Briggs, who is the bassist of Between the Buried and Me. He does a lot of the general composition for the band, and he for multiple of their albums has done small scale like string quartet composition, things like that. And I think that he's really into kind of like weird music and like a lot of kind of electronic weird sounding stuff. So if they were to make another Blade Runner movie or something kind of like that, I think if he did the score for some really kind of like dark dystopian sci-fi something, honestly, low key, if he did the music for Red Rising,
Oh,
I would be fully on board for that.
cool.
It's like something spacey. I feel like he would be able to find a really good mix between like symphonic and cinematic and kind of like electronic and futuristic, which I feel like would be a really cool fit for something like Red Rising. So that would be my pick. I think it would be so cool.
Cool. I dig that.
Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot as well. I have an answer as well, and it is not Lonely Island, and it is not even Weird Al, and it is also not Flight of the Conchords. However, it is.
I didn't know that you listened to literally anything outside of those three things.
Well, I do, because I showed you a song by this artist just moments ago.
A little
And
sneaky little
a
preview.
sneaky little preview, and I might have spoiled it too on accident, but that man's name is Skrillex. And you're saying Skrillex? You mean the guy who did the
Bangarang.
song? He did Bangarang? And yeah, the EDM artist Skrillex, who I've been listening.
Wow.
Bangarang. Yeah, that one. That's the same guy, but not so. I've been listening to a lot of Skrillex recently, and I really like his style, and I like EDM a lot, and I like what he does with it. He's very unique with even his new albums. He had 2 albums come out this year on back-to-back days.
Sheesh,
So he had a
burning the
new
candle at both ends.
Well, he hasn't had an album come out for 9 years, and then he had 2 albums come out in the same week. So,
Well,
yeah,
So
he's
burning
just
the
been-
candle at both ends after a long time.
after a long time. Yeah, I think it was a lot of like COVID stuff he had been working on, and he finally was releasing it.
Cool.
But during part of that time as well, he talked about this time where he conducted a symphony of like a score, not a score exactly, but more of a symphonic type arrangement that he composed. And so the type of movie that I think he could be really good with is sci-fi as well, like Niall was talking about, even something like Blade Runner. However, I think something more like sci-fi horror would be really cool for him to mess around with, because like Ludwig Göransson, he is an artist, like he's an artist and a producer as well, outside of scoring movie scores. He has worked with Childish Gambino. He has his own stuff, and his scores are very electronic, but kind of dystopian almost. And I think Skrillex could do a great job of a similar vibe, but just more in the horror element of it. Because Ludwig has done, Oppenheimer, and he did Tenet, and he did Black Panther, both Black Panther movies. So he's got a lot of great experience. And I think Skrillex, if he were given the opportunity to score a higher budget, like sci-fi kind of horror, something maybe even like Alien or something like that, or something like Blade Runner, like Niall had talked about, he could do a great job with it. And I think he could come up with something really, really cool. So I would love to see him score a movie.
Cool.
Did you know that Ludwig Göransson did Venom?
I did know that. Yep, he did Venom.
I just found that out.
He scored New Girl and Community as well.
I did know that.
Community is where he met Donald Glover, and so that's how
I
they
had to
started
look him up.
collaborating.
Because I thought, I don't know what this dude looks like. So I looked him up, and he looks
looks
like Jared
cool.
Leto with long hair.
So yeah, he looks cool.
No, he doesn't look like that.
Looks sick.
Don't
he
insult
does.
him. I love Ludwig Göransson.
Jared Leto's a good-looking dude.
He also did
Freaking
Mandalorian,
weird,
of
but
course. Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
And the Boba Fett. Yeah, no, he's a great composer.
Good answers, both of you.
Thanks.
I liked them both.
Thanks, bro.
My answer
Is better?
is gorillas.
Oh,
Nice.
that was almost my answer.
Um,
Good thing you
Yeah,
didn't say it.
there's a bunch of their songs that are just purely instrumental,
Feel
that
good.
are just kind of a soundscape and kind of a vibe, you know,
Yeah.
that I just love. And I think the kind of movie that it would be is very much an indie-like film.
Oh.
Not a
Sure.
big budget thing, more of a passion project where you can, just a very vibey script about a kid,
And his son.
kind of like Jonah Hill's skating movie,
Oh, mid-90s?
Yeah, mid-90s.
mid-90s, yeah. Something along those
yeah, that's-
lines, but about a kid who's just like constantly daydreaming, or like is constantly like, I don't know, maybe
Like a
maybe
Walter
could do
Mitty,
his-
but younger.
a,
and
No,
a
it
kid
would be sick.
who draws a lot.
Yeah,
and
and
it
his-
goes animated. And
I was
stuff.
gonna say his daydreams are like animated like sequences and stuff. That would be super. And
Yeah.
with
Nice.
like Gorillaz music,
That could be
on
awesome.
top of
On
that,
it,
it would,
I'd-
honestly, even like score and soundtrack, like
Yeah.
just every now and then throw in like
Gorillaz song,
here's
yeah.
like Rhinestone Eyes music scene to this little like dream sequence that he's having. That would be awesome.
Man, I love
I'm way on
Gorillaz.
board for that.
Damon Albarn, who is the guy of
Gorillaz.
Gorillaz.
Is
He
the
is
guys.
Gorillaz. The
is
way he
one
does it
gorilla.
apparently, because he collaborates with people all the time, is he just has hundreds of little samples he's created of larger versions of songs he could do, and he's like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And the people that he collaborates with are just like, cool, let's do that, and then they just run with it and like create a song just based on a little few note riff he's come up with, and he
That's
just
so
has this
cool.
That's
whole
cool.
setup that he does. But yeah, that concert last year, Gorillaz came to Salt Lake. It was awesome. I don't think, did either of you guys go to that?
No,
It was cool.
I started liking
I was
Gorillaz like
allergic.
right after that.
That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm sure they'll come back again. He'll come back with
I
his
thought I didn't
collaborators,
go
but it
because
was
I'm
great.
scared of the animal gorillas.
Oh, there actually
I
weren't
just
any
wasn't
animal
sure.
gorillas there, so
Yeah, but you couldn't be sure.
yeah, that's true. You couldn't be sure, so
You couldn't be sure going into it, and I did not want. to get
actually, when
mauled
you
by
say
a
it like that, you're
silverback.
really brave for doing it. So
for not going.
for not going,
You know what animal's not afraid of gorillas?
hyenas,
Lions.
Oh.
And you can get the power of a lion with Lion Force protein powder. Unleash the beast within.
Thank you, thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne. On the down low.
On the
Thanks,
down low.
Dwayne.
On the down low. Thanks, Dwayne.
Hey, on the DL, Dwayne.
Dwayne, we
My
love you,
man.
bro. Thank you so
Dwayne,
much.
My
the
family, my
down
big
low
brother,
man.
Johnson.
little brother Dwayne.
Little brother Dwayne.
I know you've always looked up to me, little bro.
Little bro. 6'6", little bro.
Can't wait for I can't wait for Moana live action. Moana the Maui story.
I can't wait for
Oh,
it either.
man.
It's gonna be so good. So iPhone.
Well, guys,
Yeah. What?
I think that's we can't roll any more dice because there's no more.
There's no more questions, but this is
Yeah.
fun. We got to ask some cool, fun questions. I thought all three of those questions were well done and
Me too.
well thought out. And I hope you, all listening, enjoyed answering them in your own brain, or to maybe someone you were listening to this with the car with.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe
And I-
maybe go ask a friend one of these questions, or
yeah.
heck,
Ask your
just
mom.
Send them this episode.
Oh.
so they can listen.
So they can listen
and
and then
prime them for the
Yeah.
conversation.
And I hope that we didn't manifest a tragedy with the bomb joke.
I really
did
hope
not.
we didn't
We did not.
manifest a tragedy.
Because
just,
now
like,
we've mentioned
worried
it
the
3 times, and
FBI
that's going
is
to be a
going
lot
to,
of
like,
they're
N
just gonna
request.
delete our entire existence off the internet and out of real life. So
The
that would be a
FBI is like,
shame.
hey, can we talk?
yes.
How do you know this was going to
I'm-
happen?
I'm sorry. I'm
And it's
really
like,
busy.
So two of you guys
I
live in
can't.
Provo.
I would just tell the FBI that I'm busy.
yeah,
they're
that's true.
usually pretty understanding.
They're pretty
to
understanding
schedules.
about when you're busy.
I'm working. I'm doing school. I have a
Got
podcast I have to
Starfield
record.
he's playing.
I have so many bombs I have to mail.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
busy.
What? Sorry.
What's up?
So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Let's give a shout out to Kel from our
yeah,
fun subscribers.
Yeah. Hey,
to
hey.
Patreon.com.
Kel, if you're listening,
You are.
the following shout out to you is coming from Michael Polonsic, Easy Lob, Britton Inkley, Riley Allen, Ian James Martin, and Hannah Steed. Shout out to Kel.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Kel.
Kel. And
Thanks,
shout out
co-host
to
Niall.
everyone listening because we love you and we love that you love us.
And
We
if
love
you're
that you're
listening,
in love with us because
we
we're
love
in
that
love
you're
with
in love
you.
with us. Individually.
Individually.
By name.
I love it.
I will tell you, though, just real quick before we hop off, if you heard that shout out and you were like, I wish that I was giving a shout out to Kel, I got a cool little sneak preview to the truth for you, and that is that you can. You
The
can
curtains
go,
are parting.
You can go
And the truth is
to
behind.
you can go to patreon.com/mancavemovie and for the low price of $3 a month, you can give a shout out to Kel at the end of every episode, and you can also get access to exclusive bonus content that are the post-credits episodes, where we get a little wackier, we get a little sillier, we get kooky and zany, and we also
Zany,
get a
you
little weird and wild.
Yep, our Patreon is also where we post the address you can send money to for Line Force protein powder.
Yeah,
Because it's not
then you
FDA
can buy it.
approved.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We
You gotta
have to
buy
go
it
through
on
some
the Dwayne,
avenues.
the down low Johnson.
.com. Oh no, I just spoiled it.
You gotta keep it on the down low because Dwayne Johnson will.
He'll hunt and break you.
Yeah.
He's done it to me, and it is thrilling, but also extremely painful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, give yourself a kiss for us, and we'll see you on next week's episode of Man Cave Movie Night on a Monday.
yep. Bye bye.
Goodbye.